Dr. Kam Yuen. I just want to take this time to make some comments about dementia because of David Cassidy, the news that he's battling dementia. So, first of all, if you're battling anything, you're not clear about your intelligence, right? So your mind or your brain is pretty much confused or distracted. So David Cassidy is only 66 years old. So he was in a TV series back in the 70s when I was doing the Kung Fu series with David Carradine. And at that time, we actually thought about using him to do something with us in Kung Fu. So anyway, he said, David, or this is another David, right? David Cassidy said he watched his grandfather battle disease and witnessed his mother disappear into dementia. So anytime you're battling disease, we have more disease, right? So in order to lessen the disease, you got to be at ease about your life, right? So, and that's how things work, right? So, and when we have too many things in our mind, and using our mind to collect memories and try to recall with our mind, when we have too many things in the mind, then you can't recall anything. Everything's all mixed up, and that's the reason why a person is just going to slow down and they can't recognize what's going on. So the dementia is easily resolvable, right? So I'm 10 years older than David Cassidy, so I don't think I have dementia. Anyway, anytime you struggle, then there's no clarity in your central nervous system or your central intelligence. So we have to make a distinction between your physical intelligence and mental intelligence. The only time the mental intelligence seems to, do something for you is by mistake, or it shuts itself down temporarily, and you finally got the answer, but that answer really came from the physical intelligence. But of course, everybody gives the mind the credit for that, right? So anyway, when a person say those things that about the family, yes, you could get some of the influences from the family, but if there's no weakness indicated to support that, our insight would actually do not perceive the weakness, then it's not really where it's coming from, right? So everyone just make that collective opinion. So it matters just an opinion, right? So, doing the things that anyone is doing, and so using focus on what he is and all that, that's the comment that was making the news. You don't want to be focusing about anything, okay? So you want to have the freedom in the mental process, and this amount of mental processing is all coming from the central nervous system. And central nervous system, that's what you want, right? So when you connect with your central nervous system, then you're not going to find your life be a roller coaster, right? Personally, ups and downs, right? So, it doesn't have to happen, right? So he's going to be he was singing and been singing for 50 years, and but there's a weakness there when he approached 50, right? So he's 66, but he's been struggling for the last 16 years. So with his singing, and also it said that he had DUIs and things like that, and those things could be stabilized, right? When a person use their physical intelligence, then they actually would resolve their addiction. So actually, I'm going to have a program in Mexico. I'm not going to Mexico, but I do a webinar for people that have addiction problems, and it could be resolved without seeing the patient, the client, eyeball to eyeball, right? So, and those things should be addressed and stabilize the person's central nervous system. So, if David Cassidy would get this message, he's not too far living from me, so if you want to resolve it, there's no charge for it. Well, there's no charge for these people in Mexico, so we're going to videotape it actually, and if anybody interested in purchasing it, we will make it available, right? So I haven't done it yet, but I have spent time in giving presentations to hospital, the public hospital in Mexico City. So that was a webinar. So I don't have to be there physically. So again, looking at the situation, you don't want to be fighting your memory loss. It's not a disease. The more you fight about it, the more it becomes a disease. So that's what you don't want to do, right? So, and there are situations that the ancestors or family members could make the condition of dementia, more challenging. But if there's no weakness to indicate that, then it's not what it is. But to insist that's what it is, kind of reinforce the wrong answer. When the expert reinforce the wrong answer for anyone, those people will have more difficulty to resolve it. It's not about overcoming it, right? Resolving it. So find a weakness and strengthen the weakness. That weakness comes from the person themselves, and I just direct each individual to perceive their weakness in the right order, and by pinpointing the weakness in the right order of the weakness would resolve themselves. So no one have to do a healing, so-called on you, that kind of thing. Just have to be able to connect with the weakness. So that goes for any substance abuse, right? You don't battle substance abuse. And you don't want to go to, you could go to a rehab. You want to be strong when you're on the rehab program. I'm talking about strong with your physical intelligence, not be all over the place with your mental intelligence. So mental intelligence always confuses the situation. So let's make it so other people who have this weakness of dementia, senility or Alzheimer's, all three of them have to be looked at, and they have to be even with each other, so you could strengthen that three-way relationship. And when that's done, then the person would be more stabilized. When the person is stabilized, then there's no effect of dementia and not like concern about it, right? There should be no concern about it. You should not concentrate on your health and happiness. Well, that doesn't mean anything, right? So if you're in charge, become an expert with yourself and have self-mastery, it would be resolved, right? So, and people have these problems. They don't have to come and spend a lot of money and have a physical presence as far as an appointment, right? So everything is done on a phone or webinars, and you could do it as an individual, and of course you could do it in a group. So people should experience some individual approach, just like having a private lesson, playing tennis or golf, or then you have a group lesson, right? So when people experience it as lessons in life instead of like a sickness or illness or disease, so this approach, just my word, this approach can eradicate sickness, illness, and disease and injuries. And it could be demonstrated on the spot. It's not like something that we just talk about to give you my philosophy. There's no philosophy here. So I just want people to realize that if they just allow themselves to connect with those experiences, they will improve to the point where it's inconceivable that they could so easily improve their life situation. And you could improve family members without addressing with them about their life situation. So it's really finding the weakness, and it's nothing personal, privately personal that you rightly do, it's nothing need to be hidden, let's put it that way. And it's not going to be done in such a way going to embarrass the person of what really affects them. So it doesn't have to be spelled out in detail what caused the problem. So when somebody has a problem with dementia, so I would say, as far as David, these three things here, as far as dementia, senility, and Alzheimer's, those three things have to be strong for him. Okay, if those three things start off being weak, then he's struggling with those things instead of he's struggling with the imbalance of those three things that people getting up there in age being told they should be concerned about it, right? People should not be concerned about anything, really. So when you're in your 20s, you don't concern about that, right? So there's no reason why when you get older, you get more concerned and you're going to fight it and you're going to do battle with it. It's like getting more in touch, being an expert, or taking charge first and then be an expert and have mastery, then things will be resolved. It's about activating the central nervous system. The central nervous system would be the brain, the spinal cord, and other parts of the brain in your sacrum and coccyx, and we also recognize that everyone has a phantom tail central nervous system and brain. When you use that, you will make some marked improvement that would knock you over, so to speak. All right, so thanks for the opportunity to express what I have done. I mean, I've been a chiropractor for over 30 years, right? And I've been involved with Kung Fu, the Kung Fu series. So I've been a Grandmaster Kung Fu, so after 50 years. And then my background is really in technology and science and technology from engineering. So as an engineer, we will find solution to any problems that's been bring up, okay? So you're not going to give excuses why things cannot be resolved. We will find a way to resolve anything and everything, okay? So in my career, what saved my business is the consistent, immediate results I attain for my patients and clients. It's really for everything and anything that they present to me, right? It doesn't really matter what it is. So, like I said, I do over the phone, so I have clients and patients throughout the world, so they don't have to fly in and see me, right? So it's for people's physical and non-physical problems too, okay? So, and other people think if you do over the phone, you can't resolve physical problem. Well, I don't resolve it. I just direct the person to get into their weakness and strengthen their weakness and connect with the central nervous system and allow the central nervous system connect back to the weakness. So I would demonstrate how to get access to the central nervous system. And when experts don't recognize there's such thing as a central nervous system that communicate with every part of your body, and every part of your body communicating back to the central nervous system, and if they don't recognize that, then everything else, is fruitless, so to speak. So you're not going to listen to these smart experts who think and not accept that people's physical problem can be resolved without physical interaction or physical touch. So they cannot really get a handle on that, right? So they will just have to see it more often and experience it for themselves. So that's what I'm going to say for now. So thank you for listening. Speak to you another time. Hey, hello, everybody. If you are listening to my podcast, they are now all on iTunes. So leave me a review so I could do better and better in meeting your wellness need.